All right, welcome everybody. This is Alex Lopez from the Alex Lopez Band, and this is my a new segment on my Alex Lopez Rocks YouTube channel called Alex Lopez Talks. And joining me today is the ever-talented Ben Casabianca. He's in Death Relic, and he also has some amazing solo stuff. And little fun fact, he is also a PRS pulse artist. So for everybody who looking on in the internet and on YouTube, make some noise for Ben. Ben, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, brother. How about yourself?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much
Awesome.
for coming on board and doing this interview with me.
Hey, my pleasure, man.
Oh man, I'm seeing all the cool gear behind me. I'm trying not to nerd out because I see the Boba helmet, I see the Punisher War Machine helmet.
Yeah, that's the one.
And I see the Mandalorian and the White Ranger helmet, and I'm like,
yeah,
oh, man. I'm a comic and sci-fi nerd too, so this is perfect.
Aren't we all? It's how it is.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. All right, so Ben, what made you get into music? Like, what was that point they said I want to be a musician? Like, was there an aha moment?
So it's funny you should say that. I was surrounded by music at a very, very young age. So my mother used to listen to Joni Mitchell, Rolling Stones, and she heavily influenced what I was listening to when I was a kid, because I was listening to Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, and some of the stuff that traditionally you wouldn't really extrapolate to the stuff that I do today. But it was heavily influenced in that sense. I was listening to a lot of Jeff Buckley as well. It was Janis Joplin as well. It was, but at the same time, she also loved Motown and the greats. So it was a bit of a bizarre combination of all that coming together. But the funny thing was, I didn't actually. So I remember precisely the moment I said, like, that's what I need to do. And it was I was at home from university. I was like, the weekend you go home to your parents' house, you do your laundry, etc. And I put VH1 on, and they were playing Friday Rocks, and Friday Rocks was literally hours and hours and hours of literally just that music videos rock. And one of the days it just clicked. I was watching. It was a full hour of like lead guitar solos, and one day it just clicked. And I was like, you know what? I should be doing that. And next day, got my first guitar. And from then, I just never looked back. I hopped on that train, and here I am still.
Oh, that's awesome. Was there any specific artist or song that kind of triggered that moment for you?
So I was watching, it was Creed. And I was watching a Tremonti lead, and he was playing, I'm pretty sure I think it was Stand Here With Me. He was playing the lead on that. And something just clicked at that point, and I was like, wow, that sound, it was sort of, I don't know, it's the inception of something that I wanted to pursue and tackle. Sure, I've been influenced by Slash, I've been influenced by Steve Vai, Eddie Van Halen was always the one up there, but the moment that it clicked, and I thought, you know what, I could actually do that, was that.
Oh, that's awesome. Mark Tremonti is pretty amazing. Like, Creed, Alter Bridge, solo stuff.
Dude, I mean, all that stuff. It's funny because, I mean, for the pillar that I've always had is EVH and Prince. Those are the two big ones. But
so they're pretty good pillars.
Yeah, but dude, for a kid, they seem so out of reach.
Oh, absolutely.
At a sense. So, I mean, sure, I mean, everybody can fiddle around with a bit of tapping and pull off like that section of Eruption within, I don't know, X amount of time. But it just seemed the pillar so far away. And the one that brought it down to a more human level for me, that I thought, you know what, that's actually possible. And it was just Tremonti.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that was it. And then from then it's that rabbit hole that just goes deeper and deeper. And you just go onto the hard rock, you go into the metal, you even go to jazz fusion. You just listen to all those cats doing stuff, and you think, this is endless possibilities.
Oh, absolutely. And it's funny, usually people don't think jazz would work with metal, but when you listen to the pacing and the tempos of a lot of metal drummers, that's jazz right there.
I mean, I've said this many a time. Some of the best metal drummers are jazz drummers.
Absolutely. I completely agree.
There's something about, I don't know, it's the groove, the feel. The feel just changes. It's not just pure raw energy, it's just there. throw a jazz guy a metal tune and you'll see what he'll do. It's pretty amazing stuff.
Absolutely. Like
Mm.
if you look back at what the late great Neil Peart did,
Yes,
from Rush, he was
Mhm.
heavily jazz influenced, and in fact, he considered himself a jazz drummer.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to see, like, when you're going into the prog rock or into the metal realm,
Mhm.
and it just translates like succinctly.
Yeah, yeah. I remember one of the biggest, one of the most impactful drum performances I'd seen from a modern artist was I don't know if you know of Dave Elich.
What was his name?
Dave Elich. So he's played for Miley Cyrus. He's played for, I believe he's playing in with some of the people from the Mars Volta, etc. But he's a jazz guy and he does instructionals, etc. And then he got into a band called Daughters of Mara, and it's a metal, like a proper metal album. It's got E-Rock from Creed and Tremonti on it as well. But you listen to the drumming, it's like some of the heaviest stuff you have ever heard, and that's coming from a jazz drummer. But it just sounds so right.
Oh, that's awesome. See, I've heard the band. I haven't heard of him. And for everyone listening, E-Rock is Eric Friedman, who's from Mark Tremonti's solo band, used to be in Submersed.
That's correct.
And is also Scott Stapp's touring guitarist, as well as the second guitarist on Creed when they did their reunion tour.
Yeah.
Yep. So I just want to fill in the audience a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Loop them in on the conversation.
It's funny because I saw those guys. I saw Daughters of Mara play a live show at, I think it was the Key Club in LA. And they were the opening act because I believe it was, I know they were the opening band, and it's the band I've seen set up the quickest ever in my whole history. They're set up in 2 minutes flat, everything, including the rack, the drum rack, everything. And when they played, it was some of the heaviest stuff I had ever heard, but heavy and precise, not heavy and flow, like heavy. And it was just, that was like the benchmark for me to say, that's how a metal band needs to sound and act going forward. It was so good.
Wow, that's awesome. I'm gonna have to check them out just because I'm always looking for new music to kind of.
I'll send you videos because I remember I was in front row and I recorded videos from then. And I'm talking 2008, something like that. Still to this day, the impression lasts.
Nice, that's wonderful.
Yeah, dude.
All right. Now, do you have a favorite song? Is there one that, like, I know that Creed song was what inspired you to become a musician, but what's that go-to favorite song if you have one?
Specifically Creed or all around?
All around.
That's a really tough one. I'd probably default back to Jeff Buckley's Grace.
Oh, that's a good choice. I like that.
Jeff Buckley's Grace, from that same album, Last Goodbye, is amazing as well. But Grace is one of those that it just has everything. It's got that grungy attitude to it, apart from having an amazing vocal performance on it. But yeah,
Last Goodbye is also a really powerful Buckley song.
It's one of those songs that I often say that it's so good, I would never dare to cover it because I know it cannot be improved. Oh, that's literally it. It just cannot be better than that.
Exactly. Oh, I hear you. There's certain songs that it's like you don't cover them because you can't improve them, and you don't cover them because you can't hold up to them.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
it's not like a self-deprecating thing. It's just like it's perfect exactly the way it is.
Yeah, exactly. There's nothing I could do to reinvent it or make it better. It's just as it is. It's how you have to listen to it. Just as good as that. Yeah, for sure. I mean, over the years, I've played in different bands where they've suggested different songs for covering and stuff, and I'll be like, that's a no for me, guys. I mean, I can pull it off. That's fine, but it's just I wouldn't feel it wouldn't feel right.
I hear you. Yeah. There's a lot of songs out there.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
Now, before I ask you, if there's anything that you're currently working on, I gotta see the guitars, man.
Oh, dude, you're in for a treat. Give me just a sec. So this is the latest one. I got one of the Paul Reed Smith P20Es.
Oh, that's awesome. And the P20 is short for Parlor 20-inch scale, right?
Yep, it's the Parlor. It's the P20E. It's the one that's got the electronics on it. One of the amazing things that I like is you can actually change the battery at the bottom. You don't have to be fiddling inside the cavity as some of the others were before.
Yeah.
So it's literally do that, and then you've got the two wheels to adjust your EQ in here in the bow.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's a beautiful. Is that the mahogany one?
Yeah, this is the vintage mahogany one. It's satin top, sides, back, and neck. So it's one of the best things I've ever played, for sure.
Oh, that is awesome.
What else have I got around here? Okay, so I said EVH is the man, right?
Yeah.
So okay, I'll show you my built by me Charvel.
I see it's green already, and I'm already loving it.
Okay, so I'll show you the back first then, as to not have the surprise. So I've got my Slimer on there.
Oh, that's so cool.
And then this is what I did with this beast. Wow. So it's a pearlescent purple flame job on top of just the stark green body that was on there.
Yeah.
It's a funny story because the green one originally came with the rosewood fretboard. And that neck, I took it off, got one of the maple ones, but this body itself didn't have the truss rod adjustment at the bottom, so I had to get that rerouted for that. Yeah. And then Andy Timmons bridge pickup in the neck position, just because it's got higher output and it balances out better with the DiMarzio. So yeah, this is the 80s tribute guitar for sure.
That is a beautiful guitar. Is that a DiMarzio drop zone in the bridge?
It's the Crunch Lab, I believe it is. The same from the Petrucci set.
Nice.
Yeah, because it was the Crunch Lab and the Liquify, because I always get those mixed up. But whichever the one the Petrucci set is in the bridge, that's the one. And then the Andy Timmons neck, because it's literally single coil sound, no hum, just beautiful.
That thing
three-way toggle,
awesome.
And then just the one knob, because you don't need any more on that.
That's all you need.
Yeah, dude. What else have I got?
So I think you hit all my boxes on that one guitar with it's green, right? It's got some sparkle, and it rips, Yeah,
exactly. Right. So what else have I got?
Well, you're a PRS Pulsars. Let's see more of those PRSs, man.
Oh yeah, this is the one that I only keep for myself. So this is the one that started it all.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So this is a 2005 PRS single cut. Was it 2005? Yeah, it was 2005. I was trying to think with 2006, 2005. Initially, just regular stock black single cut. So I got this painted by Patrick at Sims Custom in Nashville. He did an amazing job on it. Tremonti pickups on there. Charlotte. No, it's not. It's a Schroeder bridge. Yeah.
I was gonna say it looks like a Schroeder bridge.
Yeah, dude. It just it's amazing. And then I had Spurzel locking tuners on there, and then of course is that the one I've got? Yeah. So this was originally signed by Paul Reed Smith on the back and on the cavity, but I put the cavity on the wall and with the picture because you don't want to rip that off while you're playing.
Oh yeah.
And then I've got this in drop DB with a 1054 set, which I always keep handy on the notes on the side.
Oh, wonderful.
And then, yeah, so that's number one, which, funny story, E-Rock actually played that guitar.
That is so cool.
What else have we got? Oh, okay. This is...
Oh, I love that one. I saw pictures of that one online, and I was like, that thing is sick.
So pictures do not do it justice. I'll try and get the light to reflect so you can see it.
Oh, it's got. See, I thought that's got like a little gold shine to it.
Dude, this is originally. Wow. This was a 2001 pre-lawsuit single cut in gold top that I had laser etched. So all you see on the markings here, it's actually a millimeter deeper than the rest of the finish.
Oh wow. See, I thought it was just a spray job. That is
insane. Dude. No, that's why the light just reflects off it so well.
You actually right there at the angle you just put it, you can actually see the ingraining.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
And this was done by a company called Burnt Axe in the UK. And the reason behind it was I'm a huge Hellraiser fan. So I said I want the lament configuration on a guitar because that's my box of tricks, right?
Yeah. Oh wow.
And then
that's clever. I like that.
And then I've got a bit of pinhead action at the back, so you know who it's coming from. Then I've got Mark Holcomb's Seymour Duncan Alpha and Omega set on here, which I tried on an SE Holcomb model. Loved it so much. I put them on here and then just covered the neck because I like the aesthetic of it. And Charlotte Bridge. And then just, I think this was in drop C with 1156 because this is my recording one.
Nice.
And then, yeah, I'm just rocking tuners at the back.
Oh, nice. Very cool. Yeah, those Holcomb pickups are insane. Same thing happened to me. I got the Holcomb SC just because I wanted to try the next scale, and that thing ripped. I ended up getting a pair and putting them in one of my Marty Friedman single cuts, SE single cuts.
Did you keep the coil split on them? Because that's amazing.
On the Friedman, I have not. I'm actually going to rework the pot so I can go back to splitting it though. But on the Holcomb itself, I haven't changed anything.
For sure.
No, the only thing I changed was I put locking tuners in it.
On my Holcomb, I think the only thing I did on it was I changed the nut because it was binding a bit. So I put Graphtec Tusk PT 664300 on it. I need to know because every time I'm ordering new stuff, it's like that's the one, that's the reference, that's the one for PRS. So put that on, put some locking tuners, and good to go. And then the split is probably one of the best coil splits I've heard on a guitar. It's just so versatile for when you're recording. And then
absolutely.
You've probably seen, well, I know you've seen this one.
Oh yeah, but I think the audience deserves to see that one. That thing is beautiful.
So this, I'm trying to get it. This is a one-piece top PRS SC250. Weight relieved because the models from 2007 onwards were weight relieved, so it's not as heavy as the other ones, which is that's why I use it live, because anything that you can not have back pain on, the better. I had the satin neck on the back.
Oh, beautiful.
Everything, like the bridge is stock because it's the PRS adjustable, the tuners as well, and then these are a set of bare knuckle aftermath pickups.
Now, how are those?
So I didn't know about, so I knew the existence of bare knuckle pickups. I hadn't used them for like many years. And then one of the guitarists in one of my bands let me try the War Pigs. Let's see, I tried it was the Miracle Man, the War Pig, and a Silo or Silo set, however you want to call it. I think Silo.
I think Silos is right, yeah.
And I got in contact with bare knuckle and I told them what the kind of sound that I'm going for, which is always a really thick lead sound that you can hear all the articulations in, but when I'm playing, I play down tune, so when I'm doing riffs and chugging and stuff, it needs to be really, really tight and defined. So they recommended about going on the aftermath pickups. So I picked up a set, and about a month later, I became a bare knuckle artist.
That's amazing.
Like easy as that. It was night and day. Don't get me wrong, I love all my other pickups, but this one, for what I wanted, it's just perfect.
Oh, that's amazing. I'm gonna have to try those pickups out then.
Dude, anything that you can hear from my stuff, like anything I'm doing hard rock, Tremonti set on one side, aftermath on the other, just because they complement themselves so well.
That sounds like a really good blend.
Yeah, for sure.
And if there's anything you want, anybody you want me to tag or promote or copy a link to, send that to me and it'll be posted on the video as well. Now it looks like you have one more guitar back there that I didn't see. Right in front of that Charvel.
So this is actually, this is a personal build that a friend of mine made for me. So he knew my love of PRS guitars and he said, you know what, I'm gonna build a guitar for you. And I thought, yeah, you know, as buddies say, sure, yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. And then one day he just turns up at my doorstep and he gives me this.
Oh wow.
So this is a single cut guitar, maple top, mahogany back, Tremonti set of pickups on here. It's got a piezo bridge with the Graphtec saddles on it. So
very nice.
This switch here allows me to go between magnetic and regular. This will be the volume for the piezo, and then you've got volume and tone for the electrics. And he was even kind enough to put, he liked the Tremonti bit, so he put my surname on the as a fret marker on the 12, and then he also put it on the headstock.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
that is so cool.
I know, right? This is the one that I was using before I picked up the P20E. This is anytime I have to do anything acoustic, I'll just throw some of this in the mix. But now that I've got the B20, it's no, P20 has to be there.
That is fantastic. Now, yeah, you've done some Alter Bridge covers. You did that Finger
Yep.
11 Thousand Mile Wish cover.
Yep.
Both fantastic.
Oh, thanks, man.
Oh, it's no, man. Credit needs to be given when it's there.
Thank you.
Know? Now, is there anything you're currently working on? Any like little spoilers you can give us?
So let me go through my notes because I've got all this written down of the stuff that's in the pipeline. Originally, I said to myself, okay, so I might as well give my channel some visibility this year and start doing some covers of the songs that kind of marked an era for me of picking up a PRS guitar and starting with that. And then only then did I realize that of the list, the 10 songs that I had in the pipeline I was doing, every single artist on that list is a Paul Reed Smith artist, and they use PRS guitars, right? Okay, so maybe one or two of them have moved away from PRS now, like Chad from Nickelback. Yeah. But at the point they recorded the songs that meant something to me, they were using PRS guitars. So
nice. And it's funny, Chad was one of the, because he was one of the, him and Tremonti were one of the only two guys visibly that were rocking those single cuts, and Chris from Three Doors Down. But Chad he would change it every other song. So he had like a green one, a turquoise one, a blue one. Like I saw his collection, I was like, I want that. That's what I want to do. I want to play those.
Exactly. It's just the boat of guitars there. It's amazing. I remember, who was it that I saw? Because I remember seeing it was his collection, Zach Meyer's collection, and Tremonti's collection, and I thought between them, the single cut collection there is just, well, and Chris as well, because Chris has got the single cut with the 3 pickups on it as well. But I think
that inspired the Zach Myers model, believe it or not.
Yeah, very possibly.
It's very possible.
It's funny. I've tried so many times I've had custom 24s, custom 22s, I've had that, but every single time I end up gravitating back to the single cut. I mean, it's got to the point where my bandmates just say, you know what, that other guitar just looks wrong on you. It's just, I'll keep just going to that model. I know probably the next one's going to be a Zach Myers for sure. Well, I have a special limited edition Vela on the way. So I'm hoping to try that out soon. But yeah, the next one's probably going to be Zach Myers.
His new that new color that he put out, that Myers blue, and it looks like there's going to be some limited runs coming out in both the U.S. and Europe for different color schemes. So there's a cherry black fade finish and I think a Brian's guitar.
Brian's, I'll show Brian's,
So he's got that black fade as well.
Yeah, I already fired across an email to him to ask him, are those region locked? Because, sometimes the limited runs can't go outside of the US and stuff. I was like, if they're not, just let me know. I was checking my list here of stuff that's in the pipeline. So
nice.
You may or may not see a Submersed cover. You may or may not see Dark New Day, Chad, as we said before. You may or may not see Stained. I'll throw those there. You might see Tremonti. You never know.
That'll be awesome. All very talented artists and with really great songs. So I'm going to be interested to see your take on those. That's going to be great.
Yeah, man, for sure. Yeah, I'm trying to keep it interesting. I'm just going to be doing a couple of covers, and then in between each cover, I'll release one of my own songs, and then it keeps me busy, keeps it interesting.
Nice. Any news on Dead Relic?
Yes. So we're in the studio on and off because with all these security issues that we're having with COVID and the limitations, we haven't been able to get together, everybody in a room all the same time. But we're working on an EP, hoping for summertime. We've got we've got an album's worth of music. We'll be condensing it down to a 5 or 6 song EP, recording a video clip for that, and then we've got a concert in end of July here. So
that's excellent,
dude. It's going to be the first time we play live in eons. I mean, with this whole COVID situation.
Yeah.
How about you? How have you found it over there? Have you been able to play live lately?
I think they're going to start lifting the restrictions where I'm at in my part of the country. Probably it looks like they're doing music outdoors, no vocals.
Yeah.
So probably by August or September, it looks like concerts are going to be back in full swing, and I'm going to get the band back together by then to hopefully do a couple of shows because the itch is definitely there.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So before we wrap up, Ben, where can everyone find you?
So I'm on Instagram. My Instagram is instagram.com/Casabianca, like my surname. If not, you can find me on facebook.com/Ben Casabianca. Twitter's the same, /Ben Casabianca. And if you want to see more stuff about Dead Relic, same thing, facebook.com/Dead Relic, instagram.com/Dead Relic, or deadrelic.com.
Okay. And you have YouTube channels for both? Ben
Yes,
Casabianca
I do.
And Dead Relic?
Yeah, Ben Casabianca is just Ben Casabianca as it is. And then for Dead Relic, it's Dead Relic TV.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. And by the time this airs, I'll have all the links from you and we'll be posted on this interview. So that'll be fantastic.
Nice.
Ben, is there anything else the internet should know?
No, keep safe, keep listening to music, keep buying music wherever you can, and support the artists. And thank you very much for this. I appreciate it.
Oh, I appreciate you making the time for me, man. This was wonderful.
Worries.
Thank you so much.